What's up, kids? So great to see everybody. And let's answer a great question. So Rock Davis here in our community asked a super good question the other day, talking about automations for payment plans and payment portals, right? That's a really good question. We all use those things, Stripe, PayPal, whatever you use. Tons of people gave great advice. Rock, I just want to throw my 2 cents in there and make sure that I'm answering this question because we love your questions as everybody in the group, and we love getting the questions and answers back to you. So here's Rock's real question. All right, let me just read it as he wrote it. What do you guys use for subscription payments? Want to know what platform and how to get notified if someone doesn't pay so you can stop their services. Now, Rock does websites, monthly service maintenance. We also do a lot of teaching and coaching and training, group coaching, masterminds, all kind of stuff. We all use payment plans for all kind of things. And it's so important that once somebody stops paying, that you get notified because you want to be able to stop the service and not get caught unawares, right? That's important. So here's how this works. Now, for us, we use PayPal and Stripe. Okay, there's lots of other services out there. I know PayPal and Stripe. Look, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Those are working really great for us. Whatever you use, fantastic. Maybe you can shave 1% or something off on the fees they charge you. Great, do your thing. Ultimately, they all work really similarly. And here's a few simple hacks. Now, let me explain first why we use, and again, anybody's got questions, jump in here, dive in, ask questions. If you're watching it live or later, you can add the comments, we'll try to answer them. Here's how we use those two platforms differently. PayPal is insanely customizable, okay? It's like so easy to customize really unique payment plans on. So if we're ever live with a client on a call and we need to make a really creative payment plan for that person, we use PayPal for that because Stripe wants you to kind of force certain structures of payment plans and put them into a funnel, landing page, your checkout pages, whatever. And you can create as many payment plan options as you want. But if you need to do something on the fly, it takes a little longer to set up a custom payment plan for Stripe. It's easier to do that in PayPal. That's what we use PayPal for. That's the only time we use PayPal. We use Stripe for everything that's automated, or if we're sending someone to a pre-existing payment plan that we already have pre-structured on a landing page, checkout page, or something like that. Even if it's a live conversation, we have a lot of payment plans already pre-structured. Now, those two things make a difference, right? Both of those platforms, however, do allow you to be able to jump in there and like simply set up an email notification for when payments come in or when payments stop coming in or somebody makes a change to that payment structure. It's going to notify you of someone scheduling or setting up a payment plan. It's going to notify you when someone cancels or misses a payment. All you got to do, we use, for instance, we use Google Suite for everything in our email. No matter what email suite you use, just set up a filter, an email filter tagged from the sender, from Stripe or PayPal or whatever. That sender's coming in, and make sure you mention the subject line: canceled, subscribed, postponed, paused, missed, whatever the keywords are that automator uses. And that email then gets filtered and tagged and notified the right person on the team to make sure that we don't miss our mark. If we need to change something, upgrade, downgrade someone's access or services, etc. Super straightforward. Now, some people in the comment thread for Rock's question actually mentioned some of the systems that actually, and some Zapier uses where you could actually work your way through and have an automated end of the service when someone ends their payment or cancels too early. That's a really cool fix and a really cool solution. So if you want to get down the road and go that fancy, go for it. I prefer, in our agency, our Done For You agency and our masterminds, I prefer to have that notification actually come to someone on our team. If someone does downgrade or cancel a service, we want to know that, because I'm not just trying to end someone's service. I want somebody on our team or even me to reach out to that person and find out what's going on. Because if there's a way we can retain them as a client, or if they just are in a rough spot and need to take a few extra days to make the payment or whatever, we can restart it. It's so important to keep those awesome relationships that you've got. So our goal is to not have an automated end of a service, but to have an automated way to notify us when someone changes a payment structure. I think that's really, really important just from a client management standpoint. So welcome to the group. Studios. Hey, yeah, that's right. You guys just joined. Yeah. Viscom Studios. Welcome. So glad you're here. So glad you're in the group. So we want to make sure that we're locking in as we're communicating. Here's our philosophy. Let me just kind of dial this in a little deeper. Thanks for hanging out with me in the backyard, by the way, today. Payment structures and payment plans are really a form of communication. I like thinking of it that way. So even if someone has ghosted you and not communicated and they've downgraded a payment plan, that's the worst case scenario, right? They just ended their payment plan. Even if someone does that, that's a form of communication. They have communicated with you that there's a problem. I want to know what that problem is. I don't want an automated process to stop or start anything. I want to be able to, within a few business days, if they cancel on a Friday, let's say at 10 o'clock at night, by Monday, I want me or somebody on my team to be able to reach out to that person and say, hey, we noticed you canceled, or you had to postpone, or you missed a payment or something. We want to know what's going on. We're here to support you. I think that's a really important distinction in how we handle our payment plans as business owners. It's not a personal rejection. I feel it's not necessarily a bad thing that's going on. I just want to make sure that we get to really jump in there and actually do the right communication, retain someone, build someone, help people take forward momentum if it's a done for you service or one of our coaching type relationships. Anyway, that's my take on the philosophy behind communication with payment plans. And ultimately, Stripe and PayPal send us automated emails like all the systems do and allow us to engage with our clients when they're paying on time, paying a little late, canceling something, starting a new payment. Sometimes people reach out through Stripe or PayPal and try to buy up to our next level of services. That's great too. It just, all of that, good or bad, however you want to take each action, is a chance to communicate. I think at the core of everything we do as entrepreneurs, as business owners, if it's a done-for-you agency that you have, or you're teaching and consulting and training and doing high-ticket masterminds, or you're trying to start your own coaching program, wherever you're at in the process, it is so important that we keep communication at the forefront and know that we're always communicating about how can we help a client overcome their current situation. What do they want to change? What's their dream? What's draining them? What are their internal doubts that are going on in their head? How can we help them take steps past that? And payment portals are just another cool way to get that done. Let's see, Chantel, hey, great to see you. For let's say 6 to 8 week mastermind, do you recommend offering payment plans or require full payment up front? I've heard that some consultants offer a payment plan through PayPal and then the client submitted a request to refund PayPal even after services were rendered. Yeah. So that kind of depends on how you do the client one. Yeah. Cool. So Stripe, good question, Chantel. Stripe actually makes that a little bit tighter for you as the consultant. Stripe blocks your money in a little better and doesn't allow chargebacks the same way. I like Stripe for that reason. PayPal does allow you to be super flexible on payment plans. There are some structures in PayPal that make it where it's harder to get the refund back. But a lot of that comes down to you and the client having to spend some time going back and fighting over it with PayPal. PayPal is always going to lean on the client side. In our sphere, in the work that we do with our clients, if someone needs to take a break or stop, there's lots of philosophies around this. My goal always is to make sure, and Chantel, I'm sure you're the same way, my goal always is to make sure that we're doing everything we can to make that client successful and to help them through wherever they are in life, right? Unfortunately, there are some situations where a client is just not a nice person and they wanted something for nothing. They came in with the intent to grab all the stuff and not pay you. We even have examples where people have tried to screen record our material and then back out and try to get away. Unfortunately, that's the world we live in. It's rare. Most people on this planet are just freaking amazing. Every now and then we run into somebody who's not so nice, right? That's sad, but true. So yeah, Stripe will help you protect that a little better, Chantel. Back to the first half of your question, we do payment plans that are set up in a way that allows us to structure the payment plan where it ends before the term of service ends. So let's say a 6 or 8 week mastermind like you've got going there, Chantel. or that you're building, you'd want to make sure you had all your payments in by the 6th or 8th week. And I would ideally want to have all my payments in before the last several weeks. I want people to be paid up before they actually end the coaching process. I think that's really important. Pay as you go, or pay to play. I don't know how you want to say that. You want to make sure that they've got something on the hook, because you've got something on the line there too, right? You got to make sure you deliver. They got to make sure they pay. So get that payment wrapped up before your last several sessions. Another great tip there, Chantel, is to make sure that you've got some really cool and meaningful, impactful information, obviously in every week of your mastermind. That's how we do ours. I'm sure everybody that's any good at what they do in their masterminds or training or coaching, there's no fluff. It's got to be rock solid stuff that gets stuff done, right? But you want to make sure they know that amazing content is still coming on week 6, 7, and 8. So they're staying engaged as a group member, and they're staying engaged in their payment plans too, right? So Chantel, for a 6 or 8 week program, I would recommend you doing, if you're going to do a payment plan, do a 2-pay process. So pay in month 1, pay at the beginning of month 2. That way you're receiving, let's say, half the payment up front the first day they sign up. Again, the second half, the end of the payment, full payment at the beginning of week 4. That way you're still at least 2 weeks to 4 weeks away from the end of the training. So you're fully paid by the time they start really into week 5, end of week 4. Hope that helps, Chantel. Super good question. If that didn't clarify it enough, let me know. Anybody else got questions, fire away as well. So yeah, Chantel, to that point, Stripe does a better job at protecting you, the vendor. Lots of reasons to love and like Stripe. I'm sitting in my backyard, but I'm just noticing like my hair looks like it's, there you go. If I fluff my hair up, it looks like it's green screened. No, it's green screened. It was like super smooth a second ago. It's not a green screen. That's my tree. That's my tree. So anyway, yeah, payment plans are awesome. I think it's a great way to engage our clients. It's a great way to let the world work the way it really does, because most of us in life pay everything with payment plans. It's just kind of the way the world turns now. So people are used to that. And if money is a real issue, get in there and help somebody figure out a way to do this. Tracy, hey, what's up? So great to see you. So great to have you here, Tracy. So hi, this is an important topic for right now for one of my clients. She's really struggling to get people to keep paying on the payment plans. Yeah, she had to pay in full or 12 months pay. Some are emailing to cancel because they think it's a subscription. Oh, interesting. So yeah, Tracy, I wonder if they think it's a subscription, meaning it's going to keep on going forever, or if maybe the clients just aren't clear enough that it ends at the 12 months. But yeah, so, sometimes longer payment plans like that can be kind of tough, because people do get bored, or their life changes or whatever. Yeah, and Tracy's a little more detail. It's a $2,000 course plus small group coaching. She's a 2 Comma Club winner, but now it's not converting anymore. Oh, wow. Yeah. So, Tracy, honestly, I would love to, if you, me, and her, I wouldn't mind helping. My schedule's so stinking crazy, but Tracy, it'd be fun to actually talk to that person. We have a lot of 2 Comma Club award winners through ClickFunnels. They come through our program building their own high ticket masterminds. And she could probably charge a lot more than $2,000, first of all, particularly if she's going to be involved in any group coaching where she's actually showing up for the coaching calls. That's worth so much more than $2,000. And yeah, if that offer's not converting anymore, a lot has changed for a lot of people the past 12 to 18 months, right? For lots of reasons. But the markets have shifted and begun learning and responding to different things. And so it's an ever-evolving process. And a lot of funnel builders, I've seen a lot of funnel builders kind of going through painful places because their offers are so funnel and ad structured that they're not as responsive as an organic lead gen approach. Don't know how she does her thing, but it'd be really cool to see how she's doing that. I would love to meet her. She's a 2 Comma Club award winner. She's a worker. There's definitely that. She's definitely the real deal. 2 Comma Club award winners, they have put in the blood, sweat, and tears to get those plaques. They may not make a ton of money. They may make a ton of money. It's hit or miss on how much you actually get to keep of that million you bring in off of the funnel. But oh my gosh, they have proven themselves to be solid, hardcore, go-getter workers. So You got a good client there. Way to go, Tracy. Chantel, Tracy, I hope I answered that question. Let me just go back. Yeah, maybe her payment plans are too long, or maybe the market's just shifted. But I think an organic marketing approach could really, really help. Could really help that. And yes, she really is a go-getter. I'm sure she is. She's a cool person, I'm sure. Chantel, back to your comments for just a second here. Your nature green screen looks amazing. Oh, thanks. Yeah, it's so real, right? It's just the wind is blowing. You can hear the chimes. You can see my dog walking back and forth. No, it's for real. Okay, so one other comment here. Okay, thank you, Chris. Very helpful. My audience, I think I would appreciate a payment plan. Yeah, Chantel, you can totally work that out. And would love to talk more if me or one of our coaches on our team can help you with that. They can walk you through payment plan structures. It's super, super easy to do, and some great ways to make that pivot in the sales process that'll get you way more people coming into your group. Yeah. Did I catch everybody? Any more questions, folks? I don't want to shut anybody down. Let me just scroll through here and make sure I'm not missing anybody. Yeah. So, okay, here's one more comment though. Yeah, high ticket. Her high ticket mastermind is killing it. Yeah, good. That's great to know, Tracy. This is her entry level program. Okay, it's for new freelancing moms. What a cool program, first of all. So yeah, Tracy, I would love to talk to her. If you want to invite her to the group or whatever, we can make connection happen. But yeah, her high ticket mastermind, if it's killing it, then informing that low ticket offer with the same sales structure that our high ticket mastermind is using, just automating what's organically working with the high ticket, is the way to go there. There's a unique pivot you can use there, but that's a really cool option. So I'm glad you get the high ticket thing rocking. That's absolutely where to start, folks. Always build the high ticket group or mastermind program before you build an e-course. So many people try it the other way around. I tried it 5 times in a row. I spent over $100,000 in ads. Like, this is probably 4 years ago when I stopped trying to do it that way. But the 5 years before that, I built one e-course per year, launched, delivered, did it all, $100,000 in ad spend. I literally sold one e-course over that 5-year period. And then when I learned to build high ticket group coaching programs or masterminds first, it allowed me to really understand what people want, see real transformation happen, and get paid while I was doing it. And then I could take those recordings and turn it into e-courses. They were absolutely guaranteed to sell because I knew the model around it. So do that process, do that the right way, get your high ticket thing going first. That's a great question. I'm glad you brought that up, and I'm super glad for your client. You got a cool client there, right? What a fun person to work with. So yeah, folks, that's it. I'm glad this payment conversation spurred those kind of things on. Bottom line is, any more questions pop up, I'll read them real quick. Bottom line is, get the oh yeah, there we go. But it's okay to create a low cost offer to create an audience. Yeah, that's a great question, Cian. Welcome, Cian. Good to see you. Here's the thing, Cian. Low ticket versus high ticket. If you're doing a low ticket offer, let's just talk about that. Building a funnel of any type. Funnels are everywhere. It's not just is it a ClickFunnels account. A funnel is every marketing plan, basically. Okay, that's a generic term for a marketing plan that brings a lot of people into an offer that some people buy, right? Low ticket and then giving tiers that work their way up and get bigger and bigger and bigger to a higher ticket offer is always an option. The thing is, you literally will spend as much time researching and finding out what low ticket offers work and how to sell them as you will building a high ticket offer. In fact, the research I've seen and the people that have gone through our groups, their past experience and the experience that I've personally had too, typically you spend more time building and structuring a low ticket offer that will actually start converting than you do a high ticket offer. It's interesting because the high ticket offer has to be done so organically. It's like part of the process. Hey, Blue, come here, buddy. Blue, come here. There you go. Sorry, Blue's about to lose my yellow dog. I don't know what he is, but he's a yellow dog and he's great. He just starting to wander off. building that low ticket offer requires so much research and energy to really crack the code on it. You could have used the same research and energy to crack the code on a higher ticket offer and gotten paid way more for it. And then used all that data while you're getting paid to influence the low ticket offer and pay someone else to build out all the funnels, ads, whatever you want to use. It's really cool, right? So there you go. Cian, hope that helps. Tracy, thank you. And yes, she's made millions on the Evergreen webinar, but it's just not working anymore in this day and age. Yeah, just trying to keep her. Yeah, Tracy, that Evergreen model, believe it or not, still works. It just depends on the market you're in and the messaging and making sure that works out. So it's not always perfect, but I promise that model can still work even to webinars, ads to webinars, ads to video, email sequences. All that stuff is still relevant. It's just approaching the market in a way that makes them want to connect. It's not the machine that's probably broken or the type of machine that's being used. It's probably more just messaging and really understanding the feel of the market in this moment. And I bet your client, if she's currently selling high ticket offers into her mastermind, she probably has a feel for how that's changing. And if she could inform you on that, it would really be helpful. Very insightful about doing the high ticket offer first. Yay, Cian. Yay, you. Yeah, that's, believe it or not, folks, why we teach high ticket mastermind selling in one of our 2 masterminds. Because we originally started teaching a high ticket mastermind for agency owners who are trying to grow and scale their agency like we've done with our agency. I don't work a lot, and it's because I have a great team and great systems. That's what we are teaching. We still teach that mastermind. But more than half the people who went through that mastermind wanted to have their own offer of some sort, their own evergreen offer, right? Teaching and taking their expertise on the road, so to speak. So you can put that in a webinar. They want an email sequence. They want funnels. They want all the stuff so they could build a e-product they could sell, information transfer product of some sort they could sell. The reason we started teaching the Mastermind Mastery, Mastermind, that's redundant, right? Teaching people how to build their own high-ticket masterminds because it is so much more efficient and faster to go straight to the high-ticket offer than it is to go through the low-ticket maze. You're going to do the work, you're going to do the research, and you're going to put the blood, sweat, and tears in if it's a $27 offer or if it's a $27,000 offer. It's the same work. It's the same research. The difference is just a simple pivot up to a different sale pattern, but it's the same thing. So if you're going to work really hard to sell 5, 10, or 50 people into an offer, do the work for the higher ticket offer. And then you've quickly generated enough cash to hire a few team members or outsource the work to building all the funnel stuff that's below that for those mid and lower tier offers. Right? Who knew? I didn't know that until a couple of years ago when I was, believe it or not, I was actually at a ClickFunnels high ticket mastermind event in Boise with a small group of about 40 people who had to qualify. Like, this is silly. We actually had to turn in our financials. We had to show them how much money we made to get into that group. Kind of a really interesting qualification model, right? It really is. So in that group, though, I was showing up to say, why are my funnels not working? Why are my e-courses not working? And the ClickFunnels team was amazing. I have nothing bad to say about them at all. They're great people. But it was the people in the mastermind, other coaches and consultants who already had their own thing going. They were like, oh my gosh, Chris, like, you're doing it backwards. You shouldn't be building out a funnel to sell low ticket stuff. You should be selling your high ticket mastermind. Build a high ticket mastermind. Go do it. So the next few months, we built one out and voila, like, it all changed and all started working. And you'd think in that community in particular, it'd be the low tier offer build that everybody followed, but they were like, no, it's actually backwards. You start with the high ticket, and boom, just simply started working. So yeah, we formatted that, turned it into another mastermind that teaches just how to do that. Really cool. Yeah, reach out. If you want more information on that, reach out. We'd sure love to talk to anybody who's interested in that. That's a really cool program. But ultimately, back to payment plans, back to offers, back to the structure. Every bit of this is about communication. Payment plans and automating, do they turn on or turn off if somebody cancels or keeps going, is really a communication issue. Set up an email filter, get notified if somebody changes their payment structures, and reach out to that person and have a meaningful conversation. Because it's not about do they reject you or like you, or are they ripping you off. Don't go to the bad places yet, because honestly, most people on this planet are great people. Come here, buddy. Hey, Blue, come here. Most people here are great people, right? We're floating around on a rock with some really cool, awesome people. Most people are awesome. So do the things to reach out and communicate with your people. Find out what's going on. Why the payment plan stopped? What needs to be restructured? How can you help them overcome the hurdle they're in now and keep them on track? That helps your business. It helps their business, keeps everybody happy. And then whatever you're doing, always be looking for that organic understanding of why are humans connecting to me in the market? Why are they buying from me? What's taking them farther and farther down the path? Don't over automate. Definitely, if you're going to err on the side of one or the other, automation versus the organic, err on the organic side and really understand what's going on with the people and you and why that connection happens. Then you can automate the heck out of anything you want to. But understanding that organic connection first is where the high ticket sales come from. It's also where low ticket automation comes from. You guys asked some great questions. Hope this is helpful. If you're watching the replay of this thing, feel free to knock out your questions below and I'll jump in and answer them. Otherwise, I'm going to wrap it up for today. You guys have an awesome time. Get out there and do your thing. Reach out, ask questions. We're here to help. We have a great team. You can ask them privately. You can ask them in the group chats. It doesn't matter. We'll create the content and get you back answers. Or if you want to jump on a call with one of our team members just for a few minutes, we try to reserve a couple of free blocks a week where we can get people in and just answer specific questions. Love to help with that. Okay. Talk soon, guys. You have a great time. Great. CN, so great. Or Andrew, what's up, dude? So great. Great info, Chris. Man, thanks so much. Great to have you here. You guys all have a great day. Get out there and do the work to get the results. And when I say that, y'all hear me say that a lot. Do work, get results. I don't mean, just to be clear, I don't mean follow the hustle lifestyle and crush your soul working all the time. I mean, be super intentional. Lean in on the experts that know what you're trying to do. The people that have already had success doing what you want to do. Lean in on those people, understand the process they use, and do that intentional work. And make sure you take the breaks and get rest at night and do the stuff you need to do to really be able to relax and chill. Life is important. We're here to do it the right way, do the work, get the results you want, which usually isn't working more. And it's usually not just making more money. Money just buys freedom and space and time and structure and security. That's the goal of making a buck, but it doesn't have to take over your life. All right, kids, have a great one. We will talk soon. Enjoy your day. Do work, get results.